What is your favorite thing about work at HR?
Alright, you got to speak up a little louder so I can hear you.
Name?
Try that one more time, Hannah.
Just say. Fine. What is your favorite thing about work at HR?
Okay, what's my favorite thing about working in HR?
Yes.
All the different people that I get to meet with and help. That's my favorite thing.
That's right. How long have you been working here?
Now I've worked in HR since, oh my goodness. Well, in this department, managing facilities HR, I have worked here since March of 1998. That's a long time, huh?
Yep.
But I've been with the university, and I worked in HR when I first started, but I worked in a different department. I started in November of 1986. So, in total, I've had about 30 years of experience working in HR.
Perfect. What is your most ideal job?
What is the most what?
Count. One more time. What is the most part of your job?
I still didn't get it.
Hardest. The hardest part of your job.
Hardest part. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
You never do. Get it?
Let me see. I tell you, I think what the hardest part of my job is when I don't feel like I have enough time to do everything that I need to get done. And this just happens to be one of those weeks. There are just so many things. But you know, that's another thing I like about my job is the wide variety of things I get to do. I get to do a lot of different things. But sometimes there's just so many things and it's hard to get it all done. So that's the hardest part. And I don't want to feel like I shortchange anybody that I'm here to help. And sometimes I feel like I can't spend as much time as I'd like to with this person. Bless you.
Thank you. What do you do add to your job? Tracy?
What do what now?
Add your job.
Can I see it?
Sure.
Oh, what do I do? Oh my goodness. A lot of different things. One of the most important things that me and my team do, though, is we make sure that all of our employees get paid on time and that they get paid for the right number of hours, for the number of hours that they worked. So that's pretty important, huh? And we have about 1,000 employees in this department, so that's a big responsibility, isn't it? But that's not the only thing I do. Do you want to hear about any more? Or is that enough?
That was a bit. Quick question. Where did you pick this job?
How did I pick this job?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, I just, at the time that I applied, I've always been a huge Tar Heel fan, just like Jake, right? Isn't he a huge Tar Heel fan?
I do.
I've always been a huge Tar Heel fan, and I always thought, well, wouldn't it be cool if I could work at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill? So I started looking for jobs here, and I just applied for different secretarial clerical jobs that were open. And you know, my very first job here at the university, I was a receptionist at the front desk in the employment department. And I've worked my way up. But that's one of the reasons how I picked this job. And I knew I liked to work with people.
That's why.
And in HR, you get to work with a lot of people.
That's why.
Yep, that's why.
Okay. If you this weekend at other jobs.
Have I worked at other jobs?
Yes.
Actually, I have, but nothing, you know, really for a long time. I worked at a family-owned business one time. Do you know why I didn't like that job?
Like what?
because there wasn't enough to keep me busy. There was not enough to keep my day filled, and I wouldn't get 40 hours a week.
Right.
I like to be busy. So.
Oh.
You know what else I did one time?
Like what?
I used to work at a place in the mall. Have you ever seen places like in the malls where they have little kiosks out in the middle of the floor? There was a place like that at the Burlington Outlet Mall, and I used to help people pick out sunglasses.
That's right.
All we did was sell sunglasses, and so they would come up and try on glasses, and my job was to stand there and hold the mirror for them so they could see how the glasses looked.
That's right.
Can you imagine me doing that?
I do. Do it. I did the other part. Look at it, Tracy. Good question.
Okay.
Do you have any choices for any one that you find in going a job?
What advice do I have for somebody who's applying and getting a job, right?
Right.
Well, you need to make sure that, Alright, you need to make sure that when you're talking to somebody about possibly working for them, that you show interest in the job, and that maybe you've done some research up front and you know a little bit about the company where you want to work, and you know a little bit about the job, and then you try to show what makes you good for that job.
Okay.
You can show excitement. I know you can. I saw you at graduation.
Yep.
You were very excited that day.
Right. Okay. Who is in a core device in your life?
Oh my goodness, what was that about advice in my, oh, big influence, major influence in my life?
Yes.
I think my dad has been a major influence in my life. I think that my dad has always worked really hard all his life, and he's always tried to do the best job that he can do, and I think I learned that from him, and so I'm the same way.
Sure. You could have 3 left.
You got 3 more questions?
Yes.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Do you like working with your workers?
Do I like working with my co-workers? Absolutely. You know, that's one of the things I love about working in this department, because they're some of the best people in the world. We all get along. And it's nice to get along with people, isn't it? And they're all really smart.
And I have 2 more.
2 more.
What are you just at work?
What are my duties at work? Oh gosh, okay, there's a lot of duties. I do a lot of work on the computer, okay? I have to look up information on the computer to help people. I help supervisors with things related to their employees, like if they have questions about HR policies and procedures. I answer their questions. I make sure they understand policies and procedures. I do a lot of writing at work. Do you like to write?
I do.
Okay, well, I do a lot of writing. Writing's one of my favorite things. See, every time we go to a different question, I think of things I could have answered on a previous question. That's enough, isn't it? Okay.
Okay.
Last question?
Sure.
All right, it better be a good one.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tracy.
Oh, you're very welcome, Miss Hannah. I will help you anytime. You know that.
Thanks, Tracy.
You're very welcome.
Better.